The mystery of how the massive Moai statues were moved on Easter Island has intrigued scientists and historians for decades. And now a new study says that it may have been done with the help of a simple machine that you and I can use every day, the inclined plane. It's one of the 6 simple machines that have been around since the beginning of civilization. The others are the lever, the pulley, the wheel and axle, the wedge, and the screw. But how would an inclined plane, which is just a fancy name for a ramp, help move these gigantic stone figures? Well, the researchers used 3D scans of the Island S statues and its ancient roads to create digital models and test different theories about how the statues were moved. They considered the possibility that the statues were rolled across the island, but that left too many deep grooves in the stone. They also considered the idea that they were dragged, but that left marks that didn't match up with what we see in the archaeological record. But when they tested the inclined plane theory, everything seemed to fit the way the statues were moved. The marks that they left behind, and even the tools that were used to make them. The idea that inclined planes were used to move the statues is not a new one, but this study provides strong evidence that it's true. And it wasn't just one team of researchers who came to this conclusion. Another group of scientists arrived at the same conclusion independently. They studied how the statues were built and then used computer simulations to figure out how they were transported. They concluded that an inclined plane was the only way that the ancient islanders could have moved, the statues without them toppling over. But wait a minute, if this is such a simple solution, why did it take so long to figure out? Well, it's not like the statues are still standing upright on Easter Island. Many of them have fallen over or had their heads knocked off, so we do want to actually know what kind of wear and tear they would have to endure during transport. And that is why it took so long to figure out what kind of marks to look for in the first place. So these statues may have been moved using one of the simplest machines ever invented. But that doesn't mean that the people who built them were simple. In fact, it was their ingenuity and creativity that allowed them to solve such complex problems. Thank you for watching this episode. If you want to help us solve some of the world's biggest mysteries, then become a patron. You'll get to watch our videos ad-free one day early. It's a win-win.